In my opinion, video games are kinda like football. For example, a game like Destiny is kinda like... And a game like the new Star Wars Battlefront game is kinda like... However, a game like the new Rainbow Six Siege, it's kinda like this. In my mind, Rainbow Six Siege is the best kind of game. It is a response to the fans. The fans have always wanted a true, tactical, teamwork-based FPS, and games like Call of Duty and Battlefield have always and just constantly advertised themselves as strategic FPS games, when really they lack that true complexity that a game like Rainbow Six provides, and it provides it in such an upfront and just really well-designed way. There's some true balance. Most of the classes are actually really fun to use and really unique. You really need to pre-plan your attack, and your team has to work together using the voice chat or commands, and I love this game, man. Alright, let's really talk about the game though. You know, what's in the game? The very first thing you're going to have to do is start doing the situations, which are these little single-player missions where you might have to go into a house, save a hostage by yourself. You might have to defend an area from a couple waves of enemies. It's nothing really special. It really just acts like the tutorial, and the game has a tutorial section that isn't situations, but actually the thing it advertises as tutorial is just a couple of videos. It's like 3 videos they want you to watch. You don't have to watch them, but they give you some points if you do. This game is practically multiplayer only, other than the 11 short situations that you can complete in a sitting. It's all multiplayer. You have your casual mode and your ranked mode, and a custom mode that I've never played before. So I don't know how that is, but the casual and the ranked is pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. They have a decent variety of maps. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. Although it relies a lot on teamwork, there is a lot of room for individual players to really put the game on their back and make some amazing plays, or just really just outplay an entire enemy team, and it's a lot of fun. Probably my biggest complaint about the game though, my number one complaint, the voice chat is a fucking lie. What I mean is, by default, the voice chat is set to push to talk. That is a lie. That is not true. The voice chat is always activated. Even when it says push to talk, there's even a push to talk button. And there's no icon on the screen that tells you whether or not your voice is being transmitted. So you might go 5 or 6 games not knowing that everyone can hear you talking. So I think that's just the worst thing ever. Literally, they can hear you, and you wouldn't know because you think it's on push to talk. So you go into the options and you switch it to disable. That is a lie too. Your voice is still constantly being transmitted for no reason. This is the stupidest thing. Why would they even have those there if they don't work? And this has been the case for all of my friends who got the game. For like 1 or 2 games, you can always hear them in the voice chat, and they don't know it. They wouldn't know it because the game doesn't tell them or warn them or anything. So what you have to do, you have to go into the options and lower your voice record threshold all the way down, and some other thing all the way down, because if you don't do that, they can always hear you when you probably don't want them to. And it really is the stupidest thing. And whatever your default microphone is, now this has happened to everyone I play the game with except for Kalil so far. Whatever your default microphone is will just stop working at some point, and I'm talking on all applications. So then you have to go into your recording devices, go into the advanced options on your microphone, and you have to disallow programs to take control of it. And I don't even know why you would do this. Why would it disable your microphone? You know, I commend Ubisoft. This game is relatively glitchless in regards to glitches that actually affect the game. But, you know, other kinds, like disabling your mic, that's pretty embarrassing. That's a little bit of a, you know, a Destiny level fumble there. Getting back into the game though, one of the biggest things about the game is operators. There's like 40 operators, 20 attackers, and 20 defenders, and they're all pretty fun and unique. You know, some attackers resemble some defenders, but no attackers resemble other attackers. Even if they're both breaching attackers, you know, they are different. Their uses are different. Their applications are different. The guns they can use are even different. And it's pretty cool. My only complaint with the operators is that some of them are just more of a necessity than others. If you're on the attacking team, you're going to want a thermite guy so you can get through reinforced doors. And if you're on the defending side, you're probably going to want to mute so that you can jam the RC cars before they come in and keep the objective hidden. And if you're an attacker, why the fuck would you play Twitch? Alright, come on guys, let's have some fun. Let's make fun of the E3 trailer. This thing is a fucking travesty. No matter how much I like the game, I can't defend this. This is kind of stupid. No, but here's the best part. Watch this. Ooh, that's a good one. So as we go through this, I'm gonna make fun of it. The first thing any multiplayer trailer needs is a token girl character. Let's hear it.
I will.
Yeah, there it is. You can't have a token black character. You can't see the people. So you need a token girl character. So guys who are lonely and, you know, they're like 200 pounds in their basement, they want to meet a girl. This is the game for you, which is every game that has a trailer like this. Now, I'm going to point out some things that are different between the trailer and the game. First of all, you had that helicopter view, and then the RC cars would spawn in the house. In the actual game, the attackers don't have that helicopter view, and their RC cars all spawn outside and they have to drive inside. Also, the graphics are much more flashy and distracting in the trailer. You see the helicopter as it roams around, you can see the lights. There's no helicopter, so the barricades look at this. I hate this part. I can't tell you how many times I had to re-record the part I was talking there because that girl distracted me. She literally just rats you out like that. This part is somewhat like it. You can in the ranked games at least you can pick where you spawn, but since there's no helicopter, you can't spawn on the roof. You know. See, this isn't in the game. This is not in the game. You would just pick where on the ground you spawn. Now you could easily assume with any game that when you do the trailers, you want to make it as flashy as possible. Believe it or not, the gunplay is more tense than the trailer looks. Look at how boring. Look at this. Look at how boring that is. He's not even hitting anyone. He's just shooting. Look at this. Oh my god, that was crazy. Oh wow, he didn't even hit. Look at him. Look at him. You see how far this trailer is actually misrepresenting how tense the gunplay is. The gunplay is so tense. Headshots are always a kill. You know, that would have never happened. Of course, there are some HUD differences and whatnot. I have no idea what he just threw, but I can tell you it's not in the game. Similar to Undertale, there are different endings. You can see these guys are going for the pacifist ending because they don't shoot any guys. And when they do, they just hit the shield. This guy is literally the worst guy ever to be playing a first-person shooter. Look, the guy pops his head out. He's literally aiming at the shield. I'm surprised he hit the barricade when he shot it. One thing somewhat worth mentioning is that in the final game, the enemies can't move the hostage, which is good. There's a couple things right there that they can't do that in the final game. Most of the differences I notice are against the defenders, which is probably good because when I first started playing, it just seemed like the defenders would always win. Like it's just easier to defend. Probably the biggest difference though is there's a part in the trailer where this guy runs outside, a defender runs outside. In the actual game, if a defender ran outside, he would eventually get spotted. You see right there, the guy that ran outside, he just killed the chick. That wouldn't have happened because he would have gotten spotted. Now we get to my favorite change between the trailer and the game, the hostage. Now, if you couldn't tell from earlier, or if you've actually seen the trailer, you might notice there's some other parts. But the hostage in this game is just so annoying, you know? Like, she's always, like, moving and looking around and looking at you. She's so interactive that it's just kind of awkward. She's always yelling, and I understand it may work with the immersion, But as a game, I just found it kind of annoying. Now, right here, this poses a question. You ready for this? I think about this right there. Look at that. If the attackers or the defenders kill the hostage, that team loses. Obviously, you know, the attackers just can't go in and shoot the hostage. They're trying to save him. The defenders can't just flat out kill the hostage because that would make it not a game. It would just be who can be the first defender to shoot the hostage. So right there, the defenders down the hostage. And I understand there's a moral value to reviving the hostage, but if you're trying to win, just let her die, huh? You know? And it may sound a little morbid, but think about it. If he wants to win, why doesn't he just let her die? Because he's gonna win, because the defender killed it. Now, of course, that brings to the other question. Does it matter that the attacker was holding the hostage? This is never explained, and I've never been in a situation, but I just don't know. The trailer ends on this little cliffhanger right here. Watch this. Let me answer that for you. Now, of course, somebody who hasn't played the game wouldn't know, but I can tell you the pistols are mostly garbage, so the defenders win, unless they killed the hostage. I'm realizing that a lot of this video has actually been me talking shit on this game, but honestly, I'm actually kind of floored at how good the game is. You know, Ubisoft really wasn't fucking around when they released this game, and they have this currency called Renown, which at first glance seems like a microtransaction currency, but actually it's pretty cool. You earn it at a decent rate just by playing the game, and that's how you unlock certain skins and all of the operators. They have an R6 microtransaction currency, but it's just cosmetic. Just like League of Legends, it only buys you skins for different things. So you don't need it, and it's great, and it's awesome, and this game impressed me. I'm impressed by this game. I play it a lot, and I can't wait to see what Ubisoft comes out with next, because if it's at the polishing standard that this game is, it's gonna be great. I give this game an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching.
It's what we do. We're the regiment.